Solutions. Using good old common sense to find a fix. That's what Common Sense Solutions is all about. Everyday people just like you and me stepping up to the plate to find solutions by applying a little common sense. Take a look at this story about one man's solution to graffiti, and then tell me we can't tackle whatever problem we go after. For most of us, retirement means kicking back, enjoying ourselves, doing all those things we never had time to do before. That's not the case for George Hayden's.
Okay, fellas, where we are once again.
If ever there was an example of one man making a difference, it would have to be George Hayden's. Almost single-handedly, he's managed to wipe out graffiti in Woodland Hills, California, a town of about 200,000 just outside of Los Angeles.
The kids would put it on one day, I'd take it off the next day. They'd put it on the next day, I'd take it off the next day.
But he would need the right equipment. Sand, lots and lots of sand, and the sandblaster, and the money to purchase it with. This wasn't hard considering how persuasive George was.
It's because he's infectious. And he has this energy that you just cannot help but ride along with. He's incredible. I'm not kidding. After a period of a few months of being there all the time and seeing the vigor and George's infectious enthusiasm that you cannot bridle, it's impossible, you just realize you have to be on board with this guy.
George started by pulling all the affected parties together.
And told them our city was decaying and decaying rapidly. If it went too far, we would never recover. We had to start now.
Once he got funding from the various chambers, he realized he needed bodies too. And here's the genius. He combined his efforts with the local court system. And all of those people working off community service hours could now be assigned to George's effort.
Anyone who gets community service hours is given paperwork. They show up here and there's a sign-in sheet that has their name. I keep all their paperwork. I record all their hours.
The average court worker is usually handed about an 80-hour sentence. They work Saturdays about 8 to 10 hours for about 8 weeks. But it doesn't stop with graffiti. There's plenty of other cleanup work to be done. Boy, you made a huge difference in this particular site. When we first got here, these weeds were about 3 feet tall.
Right.
You cleared this out in about 15 minutes.
Right.
That's amazing.
It's very rewarding after working a day with the court workers to come back and see the areas that have been cleaned and to see what a difference it really makes.
Now give us an idea. Gloria is one of the site supervisors, and supervisors are key to making this effort work. The involved communities take turns supplying one. The supervisors pick the sites, and then they watch over the work, weed pulling, raking, sweeping, and whatever else needs done. Is there a way of measuring your success with this effort?
It's harder to find graffiti for us to send our sandblaster out to clean. Truly it is. But we don't have the blaster in our neighborhoods that often anymore.
It makes me feel good today that we had to look so hard to find this amount of graffiti that we could put on this program today.
And George's energy must be contagious, because all across Woodland Hills and nearby communities, schools are putting their students to work with their own cleanup days. They also need community hours.
I feel it's real important that we raise the next generation of citizens who care about their community. I think it's very rewarding to see the young people turn out. We had over 150 middle school students here today, and I think that in itself is a big reward.
That's a known fact that it does breed crime. And you don't see that in Woodland Hills. If it's up here for 3 or 4 days, and there's a number you call and you have it removed in 24 hours. It's a beautiful community where it's safe to walk and it's safe to live. And it's pretty. This is what you can continue to carry forward for us.
One man with one passion has made for one very successful solution. Now here's a quick recap if you'd like to make this happen in your neighborhood. First, you'll want to form a nonprofit organization. Second, get the various chambers and homeowners associations involved. They can split the costs and the supervisory positions. Third, you'll need to buy equipment. A sandblaster and sand, along with rakes, brooms, hose, edgers, and insurance. The total cost for George was about $6,000. Fourth, combine your efforts with the court referral program for bodies. And last, you'll need someone like Beth Nelson to schedule the supervisors, schedule the court workers, track their attendance and hours. Stay with us because we're coming right back.